Yes, that's summer in Florida. What the heck? That was so scary. Good morning and welcome to my perfect summer in Florida day. I really wanted this video to feel like the perfect Saturday in the middle of summer, and with it being the middle of July, I thought what better time for this to happen. So I've already woken up, made my morning smoothie. I usually do that in the morning because I'm not very hungry. So it's a good way to get like protein in that has peanut butter and berries and spinach. So it feels like a good mixture of a lot of stuff that you need like right when you wake up. And it helps me to get my morning coffee in early without like drinking coffee on an empty stomach, because everybody says not to do that. And so I've been really trying not to do that. Next, I'm gonna do a little bit of skincare. It probably looks silly that I'm in my office doing this instead of in my bathroom. But if you've been keeping up with the videos and the vlogs, we're getting our bathrooms renovated. And I'm hoping, I don't think it will be by next vlog, but maybe by the one after, that they're all fully done and I get to show you. We're getting very close to being able to do a house tour. And I don't know, with us moving into an older home and just doing a lot of projects to fix it, it's always felt like our house wasn't finished, which I know your house is never finished and that's okay. But like, I don't know, I just wanted to have it a little bit more there before we do our house tour, but maybe we can do it even sooner than we thought. I'm not exactly sure. With that being said, I'm living with all of my toiletries and everything pretty much out of my office because there was just space to put everything, and I have my clothes in here anyway. Today I woke up about 7 o'clock, which is when I usually wake up in the morning, try to do a little morning routine, do my devotion, which always makes me feel good. And then I think we're gonna have an early beach day today. I planned for this video to obviously go to the beach because if it's my perfect summer day, then obviously I am gonna go to the beach, and honestly probably to my pool when I get home as well. But my friend Rain wanted to go and her sister's in town, so we're just gonna go with a little group of us and go nice and early. The beach is usually so gorgeous in the morning, so if it is my ideal day, then I like to go nice and early. So obviously for the skincare, we're going to be doing SPF because I do not want to get my face burnt. And the next step for me now is to pick out a swimsuit and go and see if Josh will make me a coffee. Honestly, I think he'll make everybody a coffee, and they've just been so good. So I've been craving one every morning. I'll show you how he does it. Since I'm taking this to go today, I am putting it in my All Things Lillian little tumbler cup, but Josh makes the espresso, and then I put in maple syrup and some cinnamon. I feel like this just makes it so good, but always mix it with your hot espresso. Whether you're using like an espresso or an actual machine, I always mix it hot. And then this step varies. Sometimes I'll put the ice in first, then the milk, and then the espresso, so it kind of has like the milk in there to mix it up. Sometimes I'll mix the milk and the espresso first, but that's a good tip if yours gets very watery, is that I don't like to put the ice in and then the espresso right on top because it's so hot and so cold. So I do my cup pretty much filled to the brim with ice because I love ice. And then my oat milk, I use the Chobani Extra Creamy. It is the best oat milk for making an iced coffee. Now the espresso. And then I love having a metal spoon to stir it because typically I use my like glass straws, and I was getting a bunch of DMs from people saying that they've had glass actually shatter in their cup and they've drank it. So I don't want that to be me. This looks heavenly. That is absolutely delicious. Josh kills it every time with the espresso, and I feel like this recipe is just perfection. Now I need to make coffees for Rain and her sister because I've hyped these up, so I hope that they turn out good. Books on my Kindle, but I started this one because it's just a fun summer read. I feel like I've seen a lot of people talk about it, and my friend Hannah said that she liked this one. Honestly, just the cover itself is so cute to have in things, so I've just started it. I'm on like page 30, and it's definitely a different like cheesy romance read than I'm kind of used to, but it is cute so far. So a fun summer read if you're looking for something, because even it just being in the back of your photos is like adorable. I can't believe it's only noon and I've already had such a full morning and gone to the beach. It is so nice when you live a little bit closer, or even if you're staying here, because then you get to embrace the morning, and as it starts to get a little bit more crowded, it's like, oh, we've already enjoyed our beach day, I've gotten some sun, now I can go back, have some lunch, and then enjoy the pool. I didn't read as much as I thought because I was obviously like talking to my friends, which is usually what happens. So typically when I'm home and I'm just by myself, I do a lot more reading. So I didn't make a very decent dent on my book, but we had a lovely beach day, and it's not even too hot walking off, which is very crazy for Florida summer. You couldn't have planned it more perfect. And somehow this tumbler still kept my iced coffee cold, so I have a little treat for my drive home. Just being realistic, my perfect summer day definitely includes getting something to go. I've been loving kava. I love Mediterranean food, and usually I get a bowl, but we just had this, I think 2 days ago. So I decided to get just like a pita, like chicken pita sandwich. I already took a little sneaky bite in the car, but I just loaded it up with some stuff, which it honestly looks like it's gonna fall all apart. And then I do their blueberry lavender lemonade with mixing in the cucumber mint. I love a fun drink, so having something that's not a soda I can get with my meal that tastes delicious is my favorite thing. Rain and her sister just dropped me off. They're going back so that Koda can finish his nap, which he already started in the car. Very adorable. And I asked Josh if he wanted anything for lunch, but he had already gotten Chipotle, and my unpopular opinion is I don't like Chipotle and he doesn't like kava. So these are like the meals we get when we're not eating with each other. I will devour this. What?
What do you mean what? You hear that thunder?
There's no thunder. I feel like we've been eating out a lot recently, but it's because the state of our house is construction zone, and our kitchen is about to get done. Our bathrooms are being done. We have people in and out, so it just feels a little bit difficult to be like cooking in there. So we've done it some, but we've honestly been eating out a lot, and I'm excited for everything to be finished so that we can start cooking at home a little bit more. Are you gonna swim with me?
Not with that thunder.
It's not here. summer in Florida. What the heck? That was so scary. I was just preparing myself to shower and rinse off because, as you saw, we're having a nice summer thunderstorm, which this happens literally every day in Florida. My hot take though is that I actually like it because it makes the sunsets so pretty. So if you've ever wondered why summer sunsets are just so much better, that is why, because it gets like fun storm clouds, depending what time of day it happens, because if it's too late, then obviously the sunset will just be gloomy. But it is really nice in the afternoon to like come back inside. I have some work to get going on. I also did not do a good job of making my Amazon Prime day, like that's going on, which I think will still be going on a little bit when this video is posted, or maybe not, but I wanted to try to link some of my favorite things and what I am shopping for on there, but it's quite overwhelming. So I was gonna do that. I have to edit and send over some content, so still kind of a work day for me, but it is nice that it's like gloomy outside, so I can just kind of get some water, sit on the couch, and get some of those things done. And then hopefully this is cooking up the perfect storm for the perfect sunset. I'm putting some of this Sun Bum product in my hair. Sun Bum literally equals summer to me. As soon as I smell it, I'm like, yeah, that is the most summery product. And I've been liking, what is this? Their air dry cream, because it helps for just putting some texture in your hair. And it also has UV protection, which is amazing for being out in the sun. But yeah, I just decided not to shower because I'm probably gonna get in the ocean tonight. So why would I get all clean now just to like get all salty later when I could have an everything shower tonight and just get that all taken care of. I am still gonna put some lotion on though. I ran out of my Hawaiian Tropic body butter, which I loved because that is the most summery scent. But this is a good classic one. I've talked about the First Aid Beauty before. I use it on my face sometimes or on my body, but it's nice because it just rubs in immediately. And the issue with some of my other moisturizers that are thicker and work very well is that if you're like sitting on the couch, I still feel oily and I'm so scared that I'm gonna get like oil stains on our couch. So this is a good one for it rubbing in pretty quickly. And if you're trying to prolong your tan and you're not moisturizing, what are you doing? That is like number one tip for being tan is to wear sunscreen so that you don't peel. And I promise you, you can still get tan with sunscreen because I feel like obviously it's gonna happen a little bit slower, but then you're not gonna peel, your skin is gonna be protected and hydrated. And then if you put on lotion, it's just like, you're gonna be tan and glowy. And that's the goal. It's not to get more sunspots and like make your skin all scary from the sun. I'm really good about keeping sunscreen on my face and I try to be good on my body, but it's just a little bit hard to apply. So I try to keep that top of mind, like we do not peel this summer. We keep our skin healthy. We want to look youthful and young, and that is a great way to do it. And then honestly, I need a little deodorant refresh because we've been swimming around. My deodorant's probably far gone. All right, moisturize as clean as we're gonna get for now, and time to go sit on the couch. And the little green romper I'm wearing is from Free People Movement. I'll have it linked in the description. I do a size small. I did an extra small before, but this one just gives me a little bit more length. But I'm 5'4", so if you're taller, it might not be the best option. But for the girls who love like an oversized t-shirt, I love wearing this for just like the comfiest, coziest little vibe. Well, I've been sitting here for a while and I got done all of the work that I needed to send in, and I've got done a little bit of my drinking water, but I honestly still need to finish this. It's like half full. I think I'm gonna do a little Pinterest scroll though, because Josh and I just talked, and since it's still kind of gloomy and moody outside, I think we're gonna go thrifting, which I haven't gone thrifting in a long time, and I do love a good summer thrift. So I'm gonna pop on Pinterest right now and look up some like closet inspiration to see if there's anything that I've kind of had my eye on. Pinterest is where I get so much inspiration for things like home decor, especially with us doing all the renovations. I have been living on here, which is why mine is feeding me so many tiles and different stuff like that. But before I go on a trip, I also love to go on Pinterest. And let's see, these are my different boards, but I usually do like on my beach board, or Makes Me Smile is just like picture inspo, but it's so helpful for when you're wanting to take pictures in the summer. Like I went to New York and these were some of my picture inspirations just to kind of like get you in the mood or feel inspired. I honestly haven't pinned on my future closet one a lot, but I've been seeing a lot of these like linen-y tops, which is my style, and then I pin my own photos, or like graphic tees, Adidas, linen pants, a lot of this linen for summer, and also some denim that's like maybe a little bit more low rise, or maybe guys jeans that I can cut, but it just gives me some good inspo. Oh, there's me and Josh. That's adorable. But I'm just gonna do a little browsing on here to get inspired. Ooh, I love these green tile. Okay, we just made it to the thrift store and I'm actually so excited. I haven't been thrifting in a long time. I need gloss, my lips are very parched. I used to exclusively thrift. If you followed me back in probably 2016 to 2018, I think my Instagram bio was everything I own is thrifted, because literally everything I owned was thrifted. And when I started to get a following from my like Pinterest photos and stuff like that, because that's how it all started, people would ask where I got things from and I'm like, sorry, I have to be that girl that I would just be like, oh, it's thrifted. Like I can tell you the brand, but it's probably something that's back in the 80s or something like that. So it was such a big part of my life. And when people talk about like being good at thrifting, it's like the reason you're not finding stuff at thrift stores is you have to go through like each individual hanger, because it's not like actual shopping where it's just gonna jump out at you and it's on the display. But literally everything in my closet, when I was younger, I feel like, you know, we were very blessed that my family didn't struggle in the case of like food and all of that stuff. But, you know, we didn't really go shopping. We would do like once a year before back to school, even though we were homeschooled, we would do like, we get a new pair of jeans and a new pair of shoes. And other than that, I don't really ever remember shopping with my parents, and I always cared about fashion. So with my babysitting money, I would thrift shop and then occasionally buy things on eBay. Like my first pair of Birkenstocks was on eBay. Uggs were on eBay. Like I wanted these nice things, but I couldn't afford them, and my parents didn't buy that for me. We had 4 kids, so it's just like, you know, it's enough to get food on the table and make sure everybody's needs are met, which was fine. So it's just weird. Like now I feel like that isn't a big part of my life and not something that I really do. And it just gives you such a sense of like pride finding something that's sustainable and secondhand. So my tip for somebody always when they're looking to expand their style is to check out a thrift store, because I definitely buy new things now and I do love that. But I just feel like even for that, maybe if you want something for months and months, or you want something for a while, or if you just have the means to do it, then yeah, you can go and buy stuff. But if you're wanting to expand your style on a budget, I can't recommend thrifting enough. The one sad thing I will say with like the more fast fashion and trends go on is when you go into a thrift store now and it's like Shein items, or you just see like very cheap quality things from like seasons in the past, as in a couple of months ago. Whereas I feel like I used to find a lot of like very vintage, good quality things. So they're still in there though. But yeah, that was my mini rant to just say that thrifting has always been a big part of my life. So when I was thinking like, oh, what should I do today when the sun isn't out and I want to have like a fun little day activity by myself? Thrifting. Well, I unfortunately didn't find anything, but here is the thing, is that I don't need anything right now, so I was being pretty picky. If you need any type of like little button-ups, like I always wear button-ups over top of any clothes and stuff like that, there are so many cute ones in there, and there's a lot of cute like basic tanks. I feel like those are the things you can always count on to find at a thrift store, but I was kind of looking for like the diamond in the rough, and I didn't find that, which is fine, but it was a nice little activity and I had a good solo time, so I'm gonna head home now. Oh, dinner.
And dinner is served.
It is my eat out night. I promise we don't normally eat out this much, but like I said, with all the renovation stuff, we just have been eating out. And if it's my perfect day, then I would eat at Kava for lunch and I would have sushi for dinner. So it's pretty fitting for the video. We eat at our kitchen table not very often because it's Josh and I here. We usually like to watch a show and just have it up. What? You're looking at me like I'm exposing our secret.
I don't think we've ever had dinner together at our table.
Usually when we have other people over, but when it's just the two of us, we like to sit at our coffee table in our living room. Kind of goes against everything that I grew up doing, because we were very big like family at the dinner table, no TV, all chatting. And yeah, Josh and I just don't follow that. That was so aggressive for no reason.
But look, now it's so much easier.
If we weren't so hungry, I would say we could eat this on the beach, but we'll just have to go to the beach later. Back in the car, and now I'm headed to Sunset. I just had to stop and get some gas because the car was empty. So I love when Josh fills up the car, and he usually does, but I've just been taking the truck recently. So that was sad that I came into an empty tank. But yes, I'm headed to Sunset by myself. Josh actually isn't coming with me tonight because he was working on some other house stuff. That has just been the name of the game, but I'm actually excited to have a little solo night. The cloud patterns look really good, which I usually like to look for a lot of those like light speckly clouds, and those turn colors. So if you're looking for a good sunset, that's what I was talking about earlier, was like the stormy days where it kind of washes off. But from what I'm looking at, it's looking like it's gonna be good. So I have high expectations, and I haven't been to the beach since well, obviously I went to the beach today. I haven't been to Sunset since my like New York trip, and it's just my favorite summer thing to do. So my perfect summer day obviously has to include a beach sunset. I guess today didn't include any type of activity like workout, and I love to do like pickleball or a workout class or yoga or something like that, and I didn't do that, so I don't know, have to pencil that one in too. I just made it here and I already have high expectations. It looks very beautiful. Guys, this is crazy. I don't know if you can see that. That is the coolest thing. I've never seen this many dolphins here. Maybe like 1 or 2 tops, but there was no joke, just like 10 of them. That was so beautiful. All right, well, that's all that I had to say. So Josh, you can cue some peaceful or cute little summer music, and I'm just gonna swim around and hope that the only wildlife I'm seeing is dolphins. Well, that is the end of my ideal Florida summer day. Honestly, it was just such a perfect day. I had a great coffee, a great beach time, a beautiful sunset, some cozy time. Even though the thrift was kind of a bust, it still was fun. And I've made a decent dent on my book. I'm on page 104. So it's starting to pick up, it's starting to get good. I usually read on my Kindle, so it's been a bit of an adjustment of like not having my Kindle book, but it is very summer vibes. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see. Obviously, it's time for me to go to bed, and I can't wait to see you in next week's. Love you guys.